Hello, and welcome to Bruce's Gospel Music Corner this week. It's Friday, November the 19th, 2021. This year's getting going. It won't be long. Christmas will be here in about 5 weeks. It's hard to believe, isn't it? It really is. Well, welcome to Bruce's Gospel Music Corner. Let's get started today with the program. My gospel music artist for this week is the late Eva Mae LeFevre. She was the first lady in gospel music. She started singing as a young child. Her daddy was a preacher in the Church of God, and he organized churches. And he would hold meetings at churches, and she would play the piano and sing, and he would preach. She actually played the old pump organ when she was a little girl back in the day. This continued for years. Eva Mae met Urias LeFevre, and they married, and they formed the LeFevre Trio in 1934. They made their home in Atlanta, Georgia. Eva Mae told me she remembered when they started singing. Urias' brother Alphas was the third person to make the trio. Eva Mae told me they sang in churches and traveled in a car. She'd smile and tell me they might get $2 or $3 or $4 in the offering. Can you imagine? I don't think our gospel music artists could survive on that today. Later in years, Eva Mae and Urias had 5 children: Maurice, Pierce, Mylon, and Andrea, and Monte. She also told me that she and Urias worked for a dry cleaner, and she worked for a dime store back in the day until they got their LeFevre name out there. Later on, they got a bus, and they began to travel much more dates, around 200 dates a year. And Eva Mae told me that she wasn't privileged to take her children with her like they do now. She told me they hired a man to stay with the children to make sure they got to school and so on, and he was the housekeeper for them while they were gone. Eva Mae was crowned Miss Gospel Music in 1971. Years later, Eva Mae lost her husband, and she decided later on to sell the bus to Rex Nealon, or she sold the business to Rex Nealon, and he had formed the Rex Nealon Singers at that time. And she started to do solo work and sang, and she had many, many years of travel. Eva Mae went to heaven in May of 2009. I am so glad I could call her my friend. I would go about once a month to her home in Sandy Springs. We'd go out for dinner and just have some great times together. I loved hearing her talk about the old times, hearing how they would advertise. You know, she said back then they didn't have much advertisement, and she said some of the boys would have those horn things that you would go and speak in them, you know. And they'd drive through town, said, well, the LeFevres will be here tonight singing at such and such a place or whatever. Come out and be with us. And that's the way they advertised, she said, for a long time. And but she was a classy lady, and I loved her. And she was one of the best pianists in gospel music. I've got many record albums of the LeFevres. I used to go to the all-night singings in Atlanta years ago, and I fell in love with them. And it never was the same. Well, I could tell you more, but I wanted to have her as my gospel music artist for this week. And she was a special person, Eva Mae LeFevre. The Wisnets are going to be in Randale, West Virginia, Saturday, November the 20th, at the Sewell Baptist Church at 7 p.m. They'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina at Greater Life Baptist Church Sunday, November the 21st at 10 a.m. The Mylon Hayes family will be in Sophia, North Carolina on Friday, November the 19th, that's tonight, at the Caraway Conference Center, 7 p.m. On Sunday, November the 21st, they'll be at the First Baptist Church in Camellia, Georgia at 11 a.m. The Inspirations is going to be in Lebanon, Tennessee, Friday night, November the 19th, at the Hillcrest Baptist Church at 7 p.m. Saturday, November the 20th, they'll be at Gilbert's Chapel. That's going to be in London, Kentucky. The Gold City Quartet's going to be in Lebanon, Tennessee at the Hillcrest Baptist Church tonight, November 19th at 7 o'clock p.m. The Hoppers will be in Hattiesburg, Mississippi at the Heritage United Methodist Church Friday evening, November the 19th at 7 p.m. Sunday, November the 21st, the Hoppers will be at Josh and Ashley Frank's church, the People's Tabernacle in Savannah, Tennessee at 6 p.m. Karen Peck and New River is going to be in Gainesville, Georgia, and that's going to be Sunday night, November the 21st at 6 p.m. They're going to be singing at the New Haven Congregational Holiness Church, and that's going to start at 6 p.m. Greater Vision will be in Hazel, Kentucky. That's going to be at the Hazel Baptist Church Friday night, November 19th at 7 p.m. Mark Travel Quartet will be in Thompson, Georgia. That's on Saturday night, November the 27th, and that's going to be at 6 p.m. The Kingsman Quartet will be in Lebanon, Tennessee. That's also tonight, Friday, November the 19th, and that's going to be at the Hillcrest Baptist Church, 7 p.m. start time. Jim and Melissa Brady will be in Port Neches, Texas. And that's going to be at the First Baptist Church. That's Sunday, November the 21st at 10:45 and 1:30. That's Jim and Melissa Brady. The Nealons will be in Gainesville, Georgia. That's going to be on Sunday, November the 21st. Homecoming at the Montgomery Memorial Baptist Church. That's in Gainesville, Georgia, and it starts at 10:30 a.m. Well, that's all I have for this week on Bruce's Gospel Music Corner. I hope that you enjoyed the program, and I hope that everyone has a great weekend. And next week I will have a program. This next week's Thanksgiving, but I plan to have a program, and I may have it on. I might have it a little earlier. I might have it on Wednesday of next week, just next week only because of Thanksgiving. But I'll work that in. I'll let everybody know. Please click like. Please leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you. And let me know how you enjoy the program. Bruce's Gospel Music Corner. Love everybody. Thank you for watching. Take care. And I'll see you next week right here on Bruce's Gospel Music Corner. Until then, bye.